with my dissociative identity, I have thousands and thousands of fragments of parts that make up recognizable groups inside of me, like playful kids who tried to stay above all the torture while it was happening and like live in the clouds or slide down rainbows or are in Candyland. Like each of those are different lands inside of me. Or parts of me, tough guys who were trained by the cult to only hurt me, and there's then very specific jobs, and it breaks off into like subgroups of those who I've worked with who now have changed jobs, or a lot of them do. And then part of me who was only supposed to take torture. That's all they were created for by the cult. And parts of me who are mothering and or parenting, who take care of the inner kids, and like so many different groups. And I'm really aware of them. And we have worked so hard over the years for inner cooperation and inner communication, because that is key, I believe, to getting safe. And it's what helped me be able to retain and remember who my abusers were, and remember what was happening to me and what had happened, and be able to get safe. Although it took me most of my life, it took me so long, in addition to having a therapist who could hear me with compassion and empathy and help work with those folks inside me and believe me and hear me, which helps so much. I do still dissociate. I can still forget things, including the age of my body. I have never felt the age of my body. None of me inside identifies with that. When the body was a kid, we felt so horribly old. And we did have young parts too, but we just never felt that age. And now that the body is an adult, which we did not think we would live to be an adult, I still don't feel the age of the body. We have so many young kids. Like, I feel like I'm mostly made up of kids, although I definitely have adults. And so tons of kids. I have baby parts because the torture started when the body was a baby, or I think even in utero, from what I have seen from the cult torture and experienced the opposite way. And I have adult folks too, but some of the adults were created when I was a kid, so technically they're really kids, but they act and feel like adults. But that inner communication and inner cooperation helps so much. It helps us to function well. It helps us to take down, like to know when there's a trigger or a cue, and to take it down to exactly what it goes down to remember and know what's going on. And I do still sometimes discover folks inside who are not aware that it is present day, and who are trapped inside like boxes, metal boxes or cages or caves or whatever that the cult tried to put them in or created internally. And so when that happens, I have to work with them and help them say, like, look through my eyes to see the world now, and to see that we are safe now, and to experience some of the goodness in the world, and some friendship or safe hugs, or play with the toys, or read a book, or experience something that isn't just only the torture that you know. Because those folks inside who only know torture and who have not experienced time out in the body where things are good, their despair, their hopelessness, their depression is so strong, and it affects the rest of me when they are triggered out, or when there are things that are intentionally supposed to make them come out or make me feel that more, like certain times of year, like my birthday. So it's working with those folks inside to see now, and to come out and be with other folks inside where they can feel safe. And I do that a lot. I work with folks inside to do that. And I hope that you're able to see the richness of your inner worlds too, and of everyone inside who was necessary and needed to survive, and that you can work with them. Work with them in a way that is respectful, and also has some compassion, and can see why they were created. Because that can help us. It can help soften them to work with us. And compassion and empathy cut through programming. At least for me, they do. They cut through the hate that the cult put there, the programming, the hate, the inner, like the hatred towards ourselves. It can cut through that in a beautiful way.